Okay, this is mainly a test. It might end up getting released. It might not. I got this little camera and I'm set up on this thing called Riverside on this thing that you can't see off screen. What I thought I would talk about is run an idea by you guys and see if you're interested in this. Number one, I need to do more video podcasts. And while this might not be the most interesting, this is just in a spare room in my house. But what I want to do is maybe do some stuff in the field. And I've talked about this on another podcast episode, and I'm just now starting to get into possibly doing it. And I had some ideas, and maybe I'll tag some people and see if I can get some feedback from people that listen to the show regularly. So when Cub and I started it, obviously it was about the idea of bringing personal development information to the graffiti culture. And we felt like it would help, elevate the culture, and maybe hopefully people would find the same value in the lessons the same value that we found in it. And that's why we share the stuff. And so over time, I've continued to do that. And I hope that the information is still coming off as fresh, but we're 123 episodes in now. And I'm just starting to wonder if maybe I need to add another layer to this thing. So in the beginning, we want to avoid I don't want to use the wrong language, but we wanted to not sort of fall into the sort of standard idea of what a graffiti podcast would be expected to be. We wanted to be sort of unexpected and provide, valuable information. And so with that said, as far as talking to graffiti writers and interviewing graffiti writers specifically about graffiti and different stories around graffiti, we really wanted to avoid that. But now, the further in we get, I'm kind of starting to entertain the idea. And so I'm going to start doing those types of things. So I am going to start interviewing graffiti writers and talking about graffiti and maybe the history and all that kind of stuff. But I guess my question is, would you as listeners of the Graffiti Machine podcast would want to see that kind of content in the same feed as the other stuff? So what I'm thinking is, I could do one of two things. One, it could still be a weekly podcast, and maybe every other week it's rotated. So week one, will be a personal development podcast like the normal stuff that I do. And then the next episode will be an interview with a graffiti writer. So we'll sort of swap it. The other idea that I had is to continue doing the personal development stuff every week. And those are, shorter 20-ish minutes episodes, and then add an additional episode per week where it's a graffiti interview. So this is going to be up on YouTube as a video. And, unless I really don't like it, then it'll just be audio. But, yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want that kind of content on this show, or would you rather it stay personal development and then I do this kind of content on a whole different thing altogether? I mean, for the people there's honestly very few people consume the podcast on YouTube because there's no video. I'm assuming because there's no video. But, so if we get several thousand downloads a month on audio platforms like, Apple Podcast and Spotify mainly. And then we may get 200 or 300 or maybe 400 at the most on YouTube per month. So, I'm assuming most people will hear this on the audio only feed, and I'll try to figure out how to get audio or video onto, Spotify, because I know you can do that as well. So I don't know. That's the question. Do you want to see this on the Graffiti Machine podcast? Either way, it's going to exist. So for the audio only people, it'll probably affect you the most. For the video, the people that consume the podcast on YouTube, there will it'll just be up there with that stuff. So I'm curious what you guys think. And if you'd like to send me your opinion on that, a couple of ways you can get in touch with me. You can go on Instagram at bus166, get me there. Or you can send me an email, bus@machinestudio.com. Interested and looking forward to hearing what you think. All right. Appreciate you. Thank you.